I had a personal goal in my mission to feel the Spirit as much as I possibly could. Saying, and as I talk about this, I hope you understand why. Just because a missionary has to understand that it's all by the Spirit. And if he doesn't have the Spirit, he is nothing, like the scriptures say. So, talking to whatever audience, I think um, that the biggest thing I learned, without a doubt, is to understand and recognize and follow the Spirit. At the beginning of my mission, I was kind of bummed because you always hear about the missionaries that have those, hey, go to knock this door and go yell at this person to tell him about Jesus Christ. Not yell at him, but shout it from the rooftops. And I wasn't really having those experiences, and it kind of frustrated me. Like, why? I'm being perfectly obedient as far as I know. So what's going on? And I just remember that desire to feel the Spirit as much as I could. And then I remember just committing myself in prayer with all the energies of my heart, saying, Heavenly Father, I will run your errands, like our prophet always says. I will run your errands. You can trust me. I will, anything you tell me to do, I will do. And if you don't tell me, I will do what I feel is right always. And I remember that same day I had two amazing experiences where I felt impressed to contact two people. And it was so simple and so basic, the impression, but so impacting to my spirit and to my entire being. I remember thinking, that's what it feels like. Just two little, hey, I was walking, contact this. And I was thinking, okay. And it was just amazing. And I remember that night getting down and saying, can I have more? And just, I want more. Not for pride's sake. That was just the best thing I've ever felt. Knowing that I did what you asked me to. And, no, sorry. And I remember that desire completely progressed to a desire to always feel it. The Spirit, or the promise in the sacrament, is that we can always have the Spirit to be with us. And I thought, I want it always. I always imagined the apostles and prophets always having it. So I had that desire. And I remember when I first started feeling those impressions and stuff, I would kind of just feel like, hey, this would be good. Like a little impulse to do something. And I remember following it was kind of hard, thinking, was it me or the Spirit? But as I followed it more and more and more, it kind of became a more powerful impression in that sense. It became not like, is that me or the Spirit? It just became like, no, that's definitely the Spirit. It's a feeling that I'm used to. And I really liked that. And it became comfortable. And there were times, honestly, when I didn't follow it, or out of fear, or out of the sake of time for getting to an appointment or something. And there were times that I didn't, and I remember just feeling guilt and just feeling like, oh man, I let the Lord down, like nobody's business. And so my desire to follow it, it grew and grew and grew until, instead of, when it first started out as tiny impressions, grew to as strong impressions, it soon became words and mixed with feelings. And it instead of being like a feeling to do something or to contact someone, it became contact that girl across the street. Something really clear. And that's something that I always thought the apostles and prophets had. And I felt like that was a special gift that only a few select could get. And that I would be very lucky, or if at all I could have that. And I tell you this because I really learned that anybody can do it. If me, Jared Bodine, could feel the Spirit as a strong impression mixed with words and clarity in its voice. I want the whole world to know that if I can, you can. Does that make sense? I want the whole world to know that the Spirit is always there if we want it there. And He is always wanting us to be happy or to make others happy. And He's got errands for us to run, or the Lord has errands for us to run. And it was always amazing for me. It became so awesome to have a threesome companionship. And I'd never really understood what that means, but when the Holy Ghost was a part of it, it was 3. And it became so much. I had a companion for 10 months that he kind of had the same impression-wise feelings. And it was so fun. And he would say, hey, I'm feeling something. And I if I wasn't, then I'd say, what are you feeling? And we would work together as a team, and the Spirit would direct us. If it was me feeling it, I would say, hey, I don't know what, we're supposed to contact someone. My companion would look around, and we'd look for the nearest person, or we'd spread out and get someone across the street, and I'd be on this side. But it became a threesome companionship, which I don't think I could have had more fun in my entire life. Speaking to whatever audience, I would say if there is a classification of something being fun, I think it's following the Spirit. I've played sports my whole life. I've gone to school. I've known great people. I've had fun. But never have I had fun like following the Holy Ghost, if that makes sense. I've never had more excitement, more just absolute love for something than following His voice. I would say that is the definition of fun, is following the Holy Ghost. And I think I could get better at it, honestly. But it's fun.